Hey guys, EnderFiz here. I'm a new channel. Please show some support and enjoy the video. In this video, I challenged myself to terraform the boring world of Minecraft into a new age of advancements. I will meet a lot of challenges as even the basics like crafting crops is automized in this mod pack, which requires a lot of intricate engineering and tinkering. I will craft kinetic rifles and railguns that can shoot metal rods, backpacks that store energy, and build electro grids for huge cities. Join me on my grand adventure of over-engineering and making the world better. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we will be playing as an engineer. Right away, we did find a pretty cool waystone to this village, but I need materials. They have a bed that I will take, and they have a chest. You know what? This is neat. Let's break this emerald. And look at this. I did get some sort of, what is it called? Gitter? Break this. We have some weapons. And a bow. Oh, neat. We already found an enchantment table. Oh, this is a little hobbit hole. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a secret entrance. Yes. It is very deep. Oh, and there we go. We have a villager and no one. In the chest, we have some basic materials and also a potion of weakness. Let's take this actual... Oh, no, we need a pickaxe. Let's actually sleep the night here as well. First night, let's go. This is day one. Being an engineer is pretty difficult. We have a large huntsman walking over there. We need to craft an engineer's hammer. So this is how you craft it. I'm pretty sure we can craft it already. Place the crafting bench. Now we do this, and there we go. Engineer's hammer. Hammer! Yeah, that's right. This guy wants all of my emeralds for iron armor. It's time that we go mining. Oh, there we go. My first monster hunter kill. Gotta get this gold. Why do I even bother with getting iron if I already have it? What is this block also? Lead ore. We might need it. And this is maybe silver or something? Yes, silver ore. It is nighttime and we will sleep in this little area. Okay, this is pretty weird. This dungeon is flooded. I have some bones for a wolf friend and... Oh, there we go. Best friends forever. There we go. We are friends with a wolf now. I also have a little shielding totem friend, which is pretty neat. Either way, let's place the bed and sleep the night. We will get a furnace going. Let's smelt some gold first. Let's also get a little shovel going. And that is because we need this sand. That's right. It'll be quicker if I get another furnace going. Now, the key to engineering is actually furnacing. We will be doing this a lot. Let's get the glass. Now we will do this. Oh no, wait, we need one more glass. Then we create 16 glass panes. We take the gold ingots. And we craft ourselves a pair of goggles. Because how can you begin engineering without a pair of goggles? Goggles of engineering. We have some lead ingots and also gold smelting. We need to get rid of some cows, so let's quickly do that. Oh, you've been hiding, huh? One more. Let's get an armor set going like this. But we can have also an upgraded version if we just combine these things, and then we got a warrior's chest plate. Oh, look at this. We even got a cape. And, yep, I look pretty cool for a beginner. But this should be enough for me to head deep into the sunken, I guess, dungeon, you could say. Let's see. Okay, so it's good that I can breathe here. And what do we have? Oh, there's my dog. Oh, we have a friendly iron golem. And we also have a nether portal. What do we have in the chest? We have some obsidian, which we will take, because why not? But we cannot get this because we don't have diamonds. So we cannot break obsidian with an iron pickaxe. Is there anything in this stone? We found some clay. And some pink dye. But you know what? I guess I'll keep the pink dye. Careful, dog, careful. There is a cat here, and I don't want you boy attacking him. I saw something move there. We have a garden. Okay, let's get the crops. Now, dog, I would feed you something, but I don't think there's nothing I can feed you with. Here we have some, let me see, flint, and we have a lot of rooms. You're sleeping, Carbon? Okay. Oh, this guy's sleeping as well. Gotta regen my health a little bit. We have a room here. I hear a weird sound. The cat is running. I am alive, and I am back. We have some lead ingots, some silver. If we smelt clay, and we can get terracotta. We need just a little bit more sand. Next, we need to do this here. We got some sandstones. I need even more sand. Yes, that's better. This is better right here. And we can get some bricks. And very quickly, we need to sleep the night. There are monsters nearby. Where did the zombie come from? No, bro, leave. Okay, my dog is literally on me while I'm sleeping. That's pretty cute. What do you want, dog? Here, let me build something. Before I create my furnace, I need to pick my stuff up, and we need to find a new place for a base. Okay, this place doesn't look too bad, but maybe not this one, because it's infected with, like, bad mobs. This place kind of looks good, but there is a dragon, and a dragon is not something I want to mess with, for now at least. We will have windmills and also wind turbines. No! This place was so perfect, but there's a dragon right there. This is so not cool, bro. This place was perfect. Okay, I think it's time for us to do a base right here, actually. Let's get a double chest going, a double whammy. There we go. For now, let's place, I guess, the enchantment table without any books right here. A brewing stand as well right here. Yep, this is going perfectly fine. We have so many weapons. That actually gives me an idea. I could actually get a warrior's helmet. No, I already have a helmet. No, okay, I missed my chance. Well, leather boots it is. But hold the phone. If I do this, I can get warrior's boots. So, I guess that's an upgrade. Yep, I don't feel too cold now. Okay, now to think, where should I put the coke oven? This is all the required also things I need to start my engineering journey. I think this place right here would be pretty cool. And this is the blocks that we kind of need with the brick, clay, and also stone. We need brick, well, whatever this is. And we need exactly 9 of them because it is a 3 by 3 by 3 furnace. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. No, wait, we need way more. I can do this. Final one. Okay, and let's finally place the head. So we use the engineer's hammer and we press it like this. And yes, the furnace is working. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna have to point it actually this direction. Wait, I don't think I can. Either way, there we go. With this, we can create fuel. Let's place a bed right here, ready for the night, but we will need a lot of coal, and I mean like a ton of coal. So my best bet is actually going into a dragon's lair, I guess. Now that it is nighttime, we can finally sleep here, make this base our home, and then head out. Oh yes, the beautiful morning, and I will be back very soon. We have an amazing cave right beside us, filled with all of the minerals that we need. And also some beast patience, which is an unfriendly mob. There we go, got him. I don't see any dragons nearby, which is pretty good. At the same time, what is this? A Giza rabbit. That's a cute little feller. We can see that this dragon does have its own waystone, but you know what? Can I actually pick it up? Yes, this waystone will belong to my base. Just for reference sake, charred cobblestone, we cannot use it for anything. But this dragon does have a lot of chests. And gold and iron is actually what I need the most. This dragon ain't actually like special. He doesn't have a lot of treasures. Yes, we found a dragon's lair, and there's the dragon himself. He is not being awoken for now. At least for now. Okay, there are some diamonds that I'd like to get, but are there any chests nearby here? There is a diamond right above me. That's awesome. And there is a chest right here. Okay, so what if I do this? Can I dig to the chest? Yes, I can. Can I reach it? No, no, not that. Oh, let's go, baby. We got some diamond boots, some iron, bones, and also coal. Let's put on the diamond boots. There we go. Protection 3, feather falling 4. Oh no, the dragon awoke. Oh no, no, no. Dude. Run away, run away. That is not good. Nope, nope, nope. In here we have a diamond sword, even more iron, and coal. While we are here, let's mine the diamond. Yes, let's go. We have diamond leggings. We have a lot of gold. Oh, even more. And a diamond chest plate. Let's go. The dragon is literally awake. He is literally, like, breaking stuff now. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's time that I do leave before he notices me. We are back at the base, but there is one thing I must do, and this is the waystone. Let's place the waystone maybe somewhere around here, somewhere where it is pretty safe, and let's call this base. That's right, there we go, base. And we could also teleport to Mjolnir. I think this is where we spawned the very first time. Yes, it is. This is day 1, guys. This is day 1, but let's go back to the base, and there we go. Good. This will take a very long time, so let's place a block of coal into this, what is it called? A coke furnace. No, coke oven. This is a coke oven. It is smelting some oil for us now. Now, this will be a pretty long. And to pick this bad boy up, we need buckets. And buckets are craftable with iron. Luckily, we have a lot of iron. You know what, I'll just get 1 bucket for now. Let's also finally equip the diamond armor that we have. 5 armor, and then 8. Ooh, you know what, and protection 3. Curse of Binding and Thorns. Guys, is Curse of Binding worth on a diamond chestplate? I really don't think it is. I would have loved using your diamond chest piece, but your Curse of Binding means I will never be able to take you off, and that is not something I'm looking forward to. This is taking so long. I think a block of coal will power up 12 millibuckets, so 12 buckets essentially, like the whole oven. You know what, guys? Well, that is being cooked. I think I need to build my next thing, and that is another furnace. A blast furnace, but a special kind, sort of like this, the modded version. For that, I do need to go to the Nether, but I will not be going to the Nether for long, only fairly quickly, just to get some materials. Oh, and there we go. We found lava and a diamond. Let's go. Oh, no, not even 1, a couple of diamonds. Let's go. Oh, Oh, okay, this is a big diamond stack. Okay, yeah, now this is pretty lucky. And we also found some lava. Luckily, I did get a water bucket. And this should give us enough of obsidian for us to go to the Nether. Let's actually do this. Even lapis lazuli. Bro, we are getting some mad loot. Let's get this. Oh no. Oh, block it off. Oh no, bro, block it off. Water, I need water. Saved. Let's get a lot of obsidian. We are getting attacked. No, bro, I'm just trying to go back to my base. Leave me alone. Okay, there are some nightly creatures everywhere. And is that zombie wearing a full set of armor? And what is this undead skeleton? Guys, this zombie is powered up. He has 24 armor, but luckily, I have a very OP sword. Oh, there we go. Night creatures, beware. Okay, can I actually sleep here? Is it safe to sleep in such drastic conditions? Okay, the coal furnace is only at halfway, so that is, it is taking a pretty long time, but neither the way, that means that we just should go to the Nether quicker. Quicker. I will use, stones to kind of, save on the materials. Now, in any other version of Minecraft, this portal would not work, but this square will work. Let's get a flint and steel very quickly. There we go. Power it on, and there we go. Let's go into the Nether, but we're gonna make it super quick. We just need the materials, nothing more. This Nether is looking pretty beefy. And we spawned right beside a piglin base. Okay, now to find some magma slime. Maybe not even magma slime, as magma will work just the same. So let's get this magma. Okay, we are going down, it seems. Let's get this magma. Let's break this. I think we just broke something. Netherite scrap. Okay, bro, we're taking it. Spirit orb, yes, sir. I'm at 3.5 hearts, and I am in the Nether. So, make deal with what you got, I guess. Okay, this is super dangerous. There we go. Let's get this magma. We are looking for magma. Please give me some good old magma. I am also, in fact, looking for, let me see. Netherite. That's right, netherrack. Quickly. There we go. Okay, so, maybe this will be enough. But I do need quite a bit of netherrack. There's so many things I'd love to check out in the Nether, but we will be back like that trader post. That trader, you know what? Maybe he has something good. 2.5 hearts, but bro, we will check out this guy. We will check him out. Okay, build off a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, what do you have, mister? You want some gold? Take some gold. Right here? Did you get the gold? You want some more gold? More gold? I got plenty of gold, bro. The piglin merchant is looking at me, but he is not giving me anything, bro. Wait, am I not a piglin? Is that the problem? I'm an engineer. What's wrong with being an engineer in the Nether? I'm here to collect your resources, your natural resources, mister. You know what? Let's get out from the Nether fairly quickly, because we have everything that we need. We got a weird achievement, Minecraft Dungeons, but there we go, and I do not like my health at all. I think I need to create the regular old furnaces, 2 of them in fact. And we will smelt something. Okay, this is funny, they're floating, but it's fine, it's fine. Let's smelt the raw beef. We also need to smelt, I'm pretty sure, netherrack. I think... Yes, nether brick, that's exactly what we need. Let's get some steak, and let's also smelt... Wait, yeah, let's smelt netherite scrap. Wait, I don't think you smelt it. Wait, am I doing something wrong? Either way, we need to smelt a lot of clay. Let's get the 11 nether bricks. Let's wait for some bricks. It is nighttime, so we can sleep through the night for now. Luckily, we didn't get attacked, and now let's get to crafting, finally. So we place 1 magma block right here. We place 4 bricks, like this. Then we get the netherrack. Oh, I think it's, yeah, you do this, actually. And there we go, we get 3 blast brick. Okay, but we need way more of them. So we need 1, 2... Pretty much we need way more. Oh no, I think I crafted a little bit too many. I got 36. That is a little bit too much. And also, this finished smelting. Oh no, creosote oil only 5k? Okay, we only got 5k, but that is fine. If we put a bucket here, we will get a bucket of creosote, which holds 500. So there we go. If we do this, this should equal to 500, but it's still 5k. So that does not make sense. It does not make sense. It is weird. It is very weird. But either way, let's get another furnace going. Not even a furnace, more like an engineering requirement. And let's get it going right here. And there we go, we even got 3 blocks left over. Let's get the engineer's hammer, and let's make the face right here. There we go, really hot topic. So this is called a blast furnace? Yes, a blast furnace, but like a pretty cool one. Right here we can put bucket of creosote oil in the, wait, it doesn't go away here. Wait, what? Is it a block of coal that goes here? Yes, it is. So a block of coal coke. Burn time, 1200 milliseconds. It goes over here, and at the top, we can smelt the material. Let's get the bricks, the leftover bricks. Oh, I don't like getting my shoreline, well, making it smaller, but I do need sand. You know what? I think I could just take sand maybe from here. That way I won't really ruin the shoreline. We need quite a bit of sand, because sand is what we need to create the next contraption. And yes, also, the oven is already, or the furnace is already cooking. As we can see, it's bright red. I put some iron in it, and from iron we will get steel ingots, which is also a material that we really need for engineering. And yes, it is also taking a very long time to get the prerequisites started, but once we get the prerequisites, we can get a windmill, a watermill, and we can power up with electricity our required things. And I also did make up a little thing. I will create a railgun. That's right, an absolute monster of a weapon, a railgun. It's gonna be super techy, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be amazing. There we go. We got 1 steel ingot and a byproduct of slag. Slag we cannot actually use for anything, so it's pretty much a useless material. We can use it in concrete with the regular concrete, but it's not really worth for anything, if I might say. Let's create as many, let me see, many sandstone as we can. Now we get the sandstone, we place it like this. We get the brick, and we place it like this. And we get kiln blocks. We only need, I'm pretty sure, maybe 8 of them? No, 12. We need 12 of them. So we have just practically enough. And this little furnace will go actually over here. Yes, it's only a 4x4. We need to break this part. It's only 4x4. You know what? I think I messed up then. I think I did too many. And there we go. This is the final kind of prerequisite furnace that we need going. Right here, we can actually place iron and gold, and the fuel can be just regular coal, I believe. No, not regular coal. No, not regular coal. Okay, let's enhance the coal in the furnace then. Plus, oh, look at that, 5,000. Now, either it's leaking or the bucket holds 1,000. Also, let's empty out the bucket because we don't really need it. Okay, so let's empty out the bucket. Let's get it right here. Let's place the bucket right here. Let's get the creosote oil. And yes, so 1 bucket is 1 actually. Oh yeah, of course, it makes sense. Yes, there we go. It does make sense. Right here, we have already 3 steel ingots going. And in this furnace, let's try and power it with a bucket of creosote oil. No, it does not like that. I see the problem. It is not iron that it needs. It is silver. And yes, there we go. So we have 3 furnaces running at the same time. The sun is setting, and my engineering kind of base is being built nicely. Now, it is maybe about time for us to start building a windmill. So, no, not a windmill, maybe a watermill. Actually, a windmill might be a little bit easier, because for a watermill, I need like 13 blocks of water connecting over the mill to make it spin. Either way, it's going to be a little bit more complex, so I think a windmill will be a little bit better. We got steel creating, we got some coke coil creating, and we also have electrum ingots creating, so it's going splendidly. We need to get a little bit of wood, and you know what, them trees do look pretty big, but I think we're just gonna get some wood around my base, plus clear out the area just a little bit. I'm gonna get 1 type of wood. That is the most regular planks. Yep, the most regular wood. Some big trees. Yes. Luckily, they're all falling from a few swings of my axe. What would I do without these life-saving Minecraft additions, like mods that take away all of the tree from 1 swing, which is pretty realistic. Let's get a few planks going. There we go. Let's place a few of them here. We're gonna keep just a little bit. Okay, so next, you know what? We actually need quite a bit. I'm pretty sure we do this to create, yes, so this is the way we get treated wood planks. So that's 1, and that's another 1. And let's fill up the buckets yet again. That's 1 bucket, that's another bucket. We need quite a bit of wood, and I mean quite a bit. We are creating the one, the only watermill. It's gonna create a generous amount of electricity for us, a lot of power. And that is the way we create it. So let me see. You know what? I don't need that many. I just need maybe 8. We need 4 of these bad boys here. And the last one. There we go. Now we need a water wheel. We need a steel ingot. Do we have a steel? Did I not get the steel from inside here? Oh, the fuel ran out. Okay, we only need 1 steel ingot. Well, we can take that many as well. Let's power up this bad boy with some coal. There we go. Let's go. So, keep on creating. Guys, there is Lois. Who is this guy? What is he doing here? Okay, so he's a wandering trader. He can get me redstone. You know what, bro? I literally do not need my emeralds. Where are they? They're in my inventory. Let's go, bro. I need all of it. I need all of it, bro. Wait, only one time? Okay, get out of here then. Get out. Oh, I think he gave me, like, enough, actually. 24 redstone. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Let's create the final contraption, a water wheel. That's right. Let's see how it looks like. Oh, I can't place it just as is. I need literally special materials to use it even. The water wheel requires a water flow, so I think we need quite a bit of empty buckets, might I say. So we're gonna need this bucket right here, and we're gonna need a lot of water. We did mess up a little, guys. I did build something off cam, but I will recreate it right now just for enjoyment's sake. I mean, we do need way more materials than I built, so I guess we'll just do it again. So we need engineer's wire cutters. We get it by basically combining an iron ingot with some sticks, and there we go. This is like a necessity. Next, we will use the engineer's hammer along with some, if I have left, copper ingots. Maybe 20 will be enough, maybe not. Let's try it out either way, and we will get copper plates. With copper plates, we will basically combine copper plates and use engineer's wire cutters to cut out some sleek copper wires, just like that. We pretty much need a lot, so we'll just take all of them here. Next, we will use it with a stick in the middle, in between, like this, to create wire. So the wire, fun fact, now don't quote me on this, but the wire, as we will use it along to transfer the energy, every 17 blocks, I believe, it loses 5% of power. So every 5% we're gonna lose, every 17 blocks, we will lose 5% of energy. So I might be wrong, but we will find out as we go along. So I guess we're just gonna have to look and see. So this is the way we would craft also with the coils and an iron ingot, the copper coil block. Then we place the coil block in between these contraptions here, so redstone and iron ingots, and we get a kinetic dynamo. Luckily for me, I'm not gonna craft another one because I don't need one, but I do have it here, and I do now have 2 engineering wire cutters and a lot of wire. Okay, so the thing about this kinetic dynamo is it can hold 3 water wheels. I repeat, 3 water wheels. That means this thing is gonna be huge. So I do have 3 water wheels, not 1. We're going big mode. We're gonna get a lot of energy with this one. Let's create a water wheel going along like, oh, damn, unfriendly cube. Oh, something bit me. What is that? Jellyfish. Bro, what do you mean? How did he attack me so fast? There we go. Got that guy. Death to a danger cube. Bro, he is super dangerous. How did he attack me from such a long distance? Okay, either way, let's get the mill going. So we're gonna, I believe, do this. We're gonna maybe remove a few blocks. Make it pretty, as I would say. The thing about the water wheel is, water mill, might I say, is it does need to have water going through it. So let me see. We will get 2 blocks going up. Let's also put 2 blocks up right here. They will kind of hold the water wheel. You know what? This side does not need it. Next, we can place the kinetic dynamo at the very tippy top. Like this. And we can probably connect the water wheels, can we? Not yet? Oh, there we go, look at that. That thing is huge, and yes, it is 3 blocks wide, we will have it. So, now this is double. This is a double wheel, and this is... Come on, baby. Wait, what? No third one? Oh, wait, okay, it placed for whatever reason, it took a little bit, but there we go. 3 water wheels combined. Now, this will give us a lot of energy. And I'm talking huge amounts of energy. Okay, time to go up. Let's get actually some ladder going, because we will need a little bit of ladder. We will go up from this direction like this. And now we need to somehow create a basin around it. Now, I know it sounds weird, but it should, in theory, work. Okay, remove this one. Remove these two. No. Like that. Like that. Oh, I can even walk on this thing. So the moment of destiny. Okay, so one bucket is already making it spin, and that generator is generating a lot of electricity. But here we have another second water bucket. Oh yes, it's going splendidly. I think it's going faster, like way faster. Third one, how quick is it? Did it increase? Yes, it did. I think it did. And can we go? No, I'm getting squeezed. Ah. But there we go. This is the water wheel. It is not the prettiest. I know I used wood. Now, for such a high kind of construction, I did decide to use wood because the water wheel itself is... Wait, no. The water wheel itself is made out of wood. And look at this. We have a little spillage going. So I think I need to do this. There we go. Yes. No, bro, no. Remove this block. This block. No. The water should not be going like that. I think we lost a little bit of power because of that, actually. So let me just place a little block here. A little block here. Remove this one. And how quick is it? I think it is pretty quick. Let's try and use... Oh, wait. I think that's the wrong wire. We need the other type of wire. If that wire... If we even have it crafted. I think we do. Is it this wire that we need to use? So we connect it to the side. No, I think it's the other one. Okay, we just need a little bit of copper ingots to basically craft 4 wire connectors. So let's get the 4 wire connectors. We will place them on here, which will allow us to get the wire. And I think so. This must be the correct wire. Then we can connect to a block, but we need the block also to be crafted, and it's called like a capacitor. Yes, that's right, here it is. So the capacitor, we need lead, copper, iron, and treated wood planks. I'm pretty sure, oh, look at that. I have everything that I need. So we have the LV capacitor. So the capacitor will allow us to actually collect and store in future battery containers the power that we will get from here. But the capacitor basically makes it such that we can just use it. So let's actually place it, I believe, right here, like this. Let's place it at the tippy top. Let's get the wire and connect it like this. And look at that. There we go. The wire has been connected. Now, this thing is actually a capacitor. So the capacitor will transfer the energy, and we can use it to power up pressing mats, storage facilities, like things where items can roll into chests. Basically, engineering. It's a big topic. It's very hard to converse in engineering terms just off the bat when it's my first time playing as engineer. But you know what, guys? There is a balloon. I was thinking maybe I should take a little break from engineering stuff and maybe I could explore the world just a tiny little bit. Just a tiny little bit, but you know what? In the meantime, I will get some food and place all of these bad things over here. That balloon is a little bit higher than I want it to be, so I don't think I'm gonna actually build over to it because I think that's like maybe 2 stacks of wood. Now, I know I have enough wood, but you know what? There is 0 chance that air balloon has anything useful for me. Either way, there are things like this. Like this little thing where I can probably get water from. Is this a water well? But just like a super pretty one. Either way, I did see something over here, and that is, I'm pretty sure, some houses. Those houses might contain some good loot, so we might as well go and check it out. Look at this, that's a turkey. The turkey is literally so big. And look at that, that's a moth. What's a moth doing here? Okay, so moth, but turkey. I'd like some turkey meat. Hey, let me see. Cold blood dew. Okay, I cannot eat this. Did you give me any turkey? Yes, raw turkey leg. Okay, so it replenishes 2 hunger. I'm gonna cook this bad boy, and it's gonna be a turkey dinner, even though it is not Thanksgiving. I can see that there is a petrified statue here. Oh, Archangel. Oh, no. Run away. I have no clue who I spawned in, but I'm not ready to fight him, bro. Can I get in this building without breaking any blocks? Or can I just maybe break like a little entrance here? Is this acceptable? Am I allowed to do this? I think I am. We have a chest, and the chest doesn't have any loot, but I think it's loading in very slowly. What, bro? Where's the loot? We have a lot of beds here, and even a bath. Let's go. We cooked our turkey leg, and we are ready to hit the sack. So we're gonna sleep the night here. We're gonna go back to the base, and I did think of something to actually craft. So let me see the beautiful sunset in this big village. Yes, very nice, very nice. Okay, I will take this, and I will take the saddle. But it is time for me to head out. And look at that. There's a zombie. As an engineer, it's always important for me to think about what I will craft next. I have all the power, all the generators, but now I need to maybe transform the power into something a little bit more useful. And what's more useful than food? Now, I did get a turkey, and this gave me an idea. Why am I gonna get a farm and not make it super engineered? So I am like eating turkey meat, and I could farm bread. That'd be like a vegan choice, save like the animals type of thing. But you know what? I'm gonna make it the engineering way. So there we go. We will be crafting next the garden clutch, and we need treated wood planks, glass, and also an iron mechanical component, which is craftable with an iron plate and copper ingots. We use iron to create the iron plates. Okay, it seems easy enough for now, at least. For now, it is easy enough. So let's get the iron. Let's get this. And we need maybe about 4, I believe. And 1 copper ingot. So there we go. We will now craft the iron mechanical component. So there we go. That's 1 out of many. Then we need a vacuum tube. Now this is probably going to be a very difficult craft. Yes, an engineer's workbench. We need an engineer's workbench with even a blueprint. Okay. It doesn't actually look too bad. Like I could probably create it. So let me see. I do need a crafting table. So is this one way that I would make it? Yes, an engineer's crafting table. So this is like the ultimate crafting table, I assume. The engineer's crafting table. It's like probably a lot more useful than regular crafting tables and the like. Okay, I need a little bit more space. Now I need to use the crafting table with iron, treated wood slabs, and also a wood fence. Okay. Let's get 1 more bucket of this beauty right here. And look at this creosote oil, 12 full buckets. This thing, it's filled up. You know what? We have 4 buckets. Let's get it. Let's get this bad boy, and let's continue the machine rolling. So we have like a big stack of the good stuff. So let's pick this up. Let's put. Okay, yeah, we need a new storage. And this is part of the engineer's problem. The space. That's right, the space. That's like the problem. We put a bucket of creosote oil around. Then we use these planks and we get a little bit more. So let's actually use just a tiny little bit more. There we go. We can also create a lot of torches via this method, but we don't need it for now. So let's get the sticks. Let's get the treated wood fence. I did put the slabs over here. And there we go. We can finally create the engineer's workbench. Now, I think it's a little bit more than 1 block in diameter. So I will place it like this. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. This is good right here. I like this. Now, next thing that we will create is a vacuum tube. Now, for that, we need basically these materials right here. And we need nickel. Wait, okay, I might have nickel or I might not have nickel. Silver, steel, brick, nether brick, copper, kiln brick. Oh, no. I have all kinds of bricks, but I don't have nickel. But nickel should be easy to find and smell. But look at this, the piglin came from the nether. Get back there, boy. Get back there. What are you doing here? Now, I don't see nickel, but it is a difficult to see block. But I do want to find out what this is. Copper ore, okay. And that's why it's so difficult to find. Okay, so this is, I assume, nickel. I mean, by the looks of it, nickel ore. Yes, that's right. Okay, am I gonna fall down? No, I won't. We only got three blocks. We have some more nickel right below there. Now, I could maybe somehow go down without breaking my legs. Oh, there we go. That's the nickel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even notice the difference between this block and like the other blocks, but we've already got 8 nickel ores. We need way more, and it's pretty difficult to find. Oh, and I fell. And what is this? I'm taking this. Is this coal or metal? Either way. I'm out. I'm out. The sun is setting, and look at this beautiful sunset that we have. Okay, so my farm is running. Oh, by the way, that reminds me that I can see a meter. Ah, what is attacking me? Oh, it's a fly. Bro, what's happening? Am I poisoned? I think I was poisoned. Either way, I was gonna craft a meter. We need a compass and a copper ingot and a stick. A compass, stick, and a what? A copper ingot. Oh, no. Failed craft moment. Gotta get this. Now, this will allow me to actually check out the current in each capacitor and going between the cables. So it's actually a very, very useful device. There it is, an engineer's voltmeter. And while I'm here, I should put to smelt the nickel ore. And I do have a block of coal, or you know what? Yeah, let's use a block of coal to power this bad boy up. Either way. And let me see. So the engineer's the engineer's voltmeter. Let's see. This one has 1,000 flux. Energy stored 100,000. The energy going between the wires, between these two wires, is 0. Okay, 0. What is their, okay, so 256, that's understandable. But what is it linking from? Oh, it's losing 0.312% of energy. So average loss between points. So this is like 1 block, and it's losing an average of, let me see again, 0.312% of energy. This is actually really good. The wire is not long, so it's not losing a lot of energy. But let's see how we are doing. Also, I never shot from this bow before. I have the bow, I have the arrows, but I never shot from it. So can I shoot? Yes, I can. And the arrow went into the water. Maybe some fishes will float up, but for now I need to focus on my engineering crafting. So there we go, we have some nickel ingots, and I was actually crafting a garden clutch, and the clutch has a vacuum tube, and nickel plate is required for this here. Yes, that's what you have to do. So, 2 nickel plates, please, serving up. We have 1 copper string. You know what? This is actually pretty useless. I need to throw this out. We don't need that. Oh, I wasted the whole block of coal. I am not stupid, but I am pretty much stupid. I wasted a bunch of coal for no reason, bro. What can I smelt? What can I smelt to make it useful? I don't think I can smelt anything. I have 2 pork chops. Is 2 pork chops like an okay thing to use 1 block of coal for? Oh no, I messed up. So you craft the engineer's blueprint. We have pretty much everything apart from blue dye. Now, blue dye, I can either get 4 or however much I need cornflowers and get the blue dye from them, or I can actually use lapis lazuli. I have 20 lapis lazuli, and I will go out on a limb and say that maybe, just maybe, I can find some blue flowers. And also paper, and I can see that there are quite a lot of sugar canes, so I can probably get some paper fairly quickly. Get these bad boys over here and get these ones. So this will be needed for paper for my engineering endeavors. But let me see, blue flowers up. Oh yes, yeah baby, let's go. Geomancer, bro, I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful. No, don't hit me, bro. Okay, is he gonna attack me? Yeah, he is. Okay. Oh, that's a bomb, bro. That's a bomb. Am I good? Pillar bomb. Oh, he is looking funny at me. He is looking funny at me, bro. Can I run away? I'd rather run away. Oh, yeah, he exploded. Okay, yeah, that was a dangerous endeavor. And look at that, Linda. Another creature of the mist is coming. But luckily for me, I won't have to use my my lapis lazuli. I will not need to do that. So no, not sugar canes, but we will get the dye. So let's get the dye. Oh, it's not the dye, but it's close enough. Close enough, right? Maybe this will give us blue dye? Or is this like purple? Let me see. Cyan dye. No, we don't need cyan. We need the purple dye. Oh, maybe these ones will give us the purple dye that we need. I'm literally just jumping on everything I can, just trying to find something, bro. Yes, blue dye. Okay, good. Good. So let's get these blue flowers. These blue flowers indeed. With the blue flowers, we can create 11 dye. And mystical blue petal, I don't think we pretty much need it, so we're gonna throw it out. Let's also not forget that the compass is pretty useful, because we did actually need it to craft the engineer's voltmeter, which turned out to be pretty useful. And I can see that my pork chop has been cooked for roughly. So let's actually place the bad boy over here. Let's also place this and that. So we can create some paper. You know what? Let's actually use it all on paper. Even more. We have 12 paper. Now we need to create 1 copper ingot. Do I not have copper? There is 1 copper block. How many times do I have to take it, bro? But there we go. Engineer's blueprint. Here we go, baby. Let's go. That's 1. That's 1 down. Now we just need to kind of place it here, I guess. I don't have glass. Okay, let me see. I have glass here. I have 13 glass panes. Oh no, bro, I don't have glass. Okay, I need to get a shovel real quick and get some glass, because I do remember while we have the coal that's lasting, I need to get a little bit of sand, which will give me a little bit of glass, and then I can create the thing that I need. Vacuum tube, it's within my reach, and this will give me an infinite, not maybe an infinite, but a pretty good source of, let me see, a pretty good source of food. That's right. And also my base, it's looking pretty techy for a base with no base. Like, I just have a bed. I mean, that's what engineers do, right? They grind, they sleep on a bed. Who needs a base? Who needs a house? Nope. We engineering here, we don't need that. So there we go. Finally, glass is ready, and we are pretty much ready. Red stained glass, black glass, glass, nickel plate, we have it. Let me see, what am I missing? Copper wire, redstone, nickel plate. Copper wire, nickel plate, redstone, and glass. And there we go. By combining these things with the engineering blueprint, I guess, yeah, we do need it. We can create 3 vacuum tubes. There we go, baby. And we don't even crafting components. I think I can craft anything with it here. So that's pretty cool. And look, it's falling off the table. Who does stuff like this? 1 more glass block, and we can finally craft the garden clutch. Now, what the garden clutch, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, can do is it can actually give us a food source. It literally grows food, but for the whole construction to work, it's basically like an engineer's farm. We're gonna grow melon seeds. We're gonna grow melon seeds inside this little thing, inside this container, which will be powered by yours truly over here, and we will have a conveyor belt that will be putting all of the food supplements, the melons that it will create, into a chest. Yes, that's a farm for 1000 IQ engineer. Oh, this thing is a lot bigger than I was thinking it would be, but at the very tippy top over there, we have a connection that will work as a power input. In fact, if you look at it, it is orange at the very top. Now, orange means it's an input, and this will also be an input. Orange means it's an input, but with the use of an engineer's hammer, I can actually create different outputs. So if we look at this direction, we can see that there is a facing side energy input. That means this thing is inputting energy into here. From the side, there is no connection, but I can create an energy input, and then on the other side, it will be a contradicting thing, or I can create an energy output, and we will actually create an output that will be going. Is it going already? Is it losing energy? No, it is not. The output will be outgoing into this machine through probably transistors. They are not friendly. They have 35 health each. Now, I could probably go after them, but they are not touching me so far, so I will not touch them. That's the dealio, okay? That is the deal. Don't touch me, I will not touch you. But in the meantime, we need a little bit more planks, so let's create a little bit more planks. Just like that, replace the bucket with the fluid, just like this. Now let's place the bucket to, again, get a little bit more creosote oil. And let me see, we need sticks. Okay, so let's get some sticks. Next, we need fence. So fence, how would you craft a fence? Again, you do this, easy. You do this, then you get the treated wood planks, and you get this. So we need treated planks. Next, we need sheet metal. So right now, we will be creating a tank. But not like a drivable tank, but more like a storage tank for water. We will use it. As you can see, I am pretty good on water. We will need it to, to store the water that will go into this farm kind of thing with a power source. We get the engineer's hammer, and we get iron ingots, and we get iron plates, just like that. What do you want? Now, is this enough? I am not sure. But this is basically how we do it. There we go. You know what? Let's just use all of it. So we have 20 iron sheet plates. Now, I don't have a projector, so I don't have it, so I'm gonna have to craft it by maybe my imagination, by like how I remember it. Either way, let's get a tank going. The tank will be, I should get like maybe a ground level going, something like here, I believe. Okay, yeah, yeah, something like this. Okay, yeah, better. This is way better. So let's put the tanker right here. Can I like shovel this out so it'd be like just a tiny little bit prettier? Yeah, I can. Maybe I'll move this actually at the end of the day, but this is the tanker. Then we need the fence. So let's get the fence. The fence will go on either side, on all 4 sides. Now we go up and we block it off like this. Now I'm pretty sure this bad boy should go up at least 3 blocks high. So we need more sheet metal. I assume we have a lot more iron, but we don't want to use all of the iron because then we'd have no iron. Oh no, my engineer's hammer health is practically gone. This is not good. This is not good at all, bro. We're not gonna use all of it, but we will create 12 more over here. Okay, so just like this, and like that. Place 3 more over on this direction, 1 on here, and another right there. So does this seem high enough? Maybe 1 more row higher, but we will try and do this. Press it, and it is not activating. Okay, so I think it's 1 more block higher. What is that? That's a ghost flying. That means we need just a tiny little bit more. Just 1 bit more. Place the last row, hopefully like this. Oh no, 1 more, bro. I am going insane. That's it. Now we use the hammer and we... Bro, wait, I think I messed up. Oh no, I didn't. I just had to press this block over here and look at this. The tanker is working. Okay, beautiful. So this is the tanker. It will hold water that will be powered through. I'm pretty sure this underneath pipe that we have here. So there is a... Yep, you see the water level at the bottom. Also, it could be done from the side, but either way, it's still gonna be pretty awesome and pretty techy. Okay, so we placed an LV wire connector over here, and let me actually get a wire so I could make this baby work. And we're gonna connect it all the way to a fluid pump. Now the fluid pump will be pumping, and it does need electricity. So the fluid pump, this is how you make it. It requires fluid pipes and an iron mechanical component and iron plates. We have all of this apart from plates. Okay, so let me see. I do have a lot more iron. Okay, we're gonna use the 28 iron here. We will now get the engineer's hammer, hopefully created, and the engineer's hammer broke. So now we need to create another engineer's hammer, and this is how you basically do it. We need a little bit of string. There we go, we have 1 string over here. Yes, it is very, very techy. Engineer's hammer, iron, boom, just like that. Now we get this block and we do, you know what, I think 8 fluid pipes will be enough for now. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Now we get a fluid pump and we basically create it. Fluid pump, there we go. This is how you craft it, using an iron mechanical component, which I already crafted beforehand for, I'm pretty sure, this block over here. Now the water pump will suck water. And luckily, we are beside water. So, yeah. Beautiful, ain't it? So, can I just place it on the water? Or no, I think I need to get some blocks in order to make it stand on it. So, let me see. If I do this, and then I get a water pump, and I place it like this, there we go. Now it sucks water. From the bottom, we can see if we go up close that there is, can I see it from here? There is a little hole that it will suck water from. Now, it does need power and a connector. That's pretty easy. We just need to use a wire connector at the very top, because wire, the power always goes at the very top. Now we use a wire from here to here, and now we can also check with an engineer's voltmeter if it's getting any energy. Now, not yet. It is not getting energy yet, but it is being sucked out, I think. It might not be using energy because we need to create a lever. The lever will be on this direction, and if we press it and check again the power, well, it's not sucking. Well, maybe that's because it does not have an output. The output can be created with, perhaps I should use the engineer's hammer, and there we go, fluid input, fluid output. So this will be the output. Oh, damn, the electricity hit me. And this is fluid input over here at the bottom. Beautiful. It's gonna attack me again. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Also, the wires can burn if the current going through them is a little bit too much. And we only have one type of current, which is coming from the water source, which is not good. We will get a windmill, and a windmill might generate a little bit more. Look at that. Jellyfish came back. Now we need the fluid pipes. The fluid pipe will go at the very tippy top of this barrel over here. So let's use it like this. Then let's make it go up like that. Even higher. Yep. It's looking beautiful so far. Looking beautiful. Now, I'm not sure if the pump is strong enough to make the water go all the way up into the bucket, but we will, into the tanker, but we will try. We have some more iron being smelt over here, so we can create just a tiny little bit more necessities, as they say. So let's get a little bit more plates, but not all of them. Just maybe 20. Yep, just 20 like this. We have 37 total already. Let's now create some more fluid pipes. I'm pretty sure we will need quite a bit of them. So let's create 26 for now. If I had like a little staircase somehow, it'd be a little bit easier to manage this stuff. But there we go. Now let's get the pipes. Build it up like this. Go to the side. Go this side and connect. There you go. Beautiful, ain't it? Get rid of this one so the water wouldn't be leaking out. And now, if we turn on the power, maybe it should start filling up with water. And yes, it is. We can see that there is water slowly going up. You can see it go up right now. It is very slow. It is so slow. But that means that we have finally a water connection. And the water will go. Should I make the farm over here? No, there's not enough space for a conveyor belt. It's gonna go this direction. Okay. So I will then press a lever here, which will signify the output of the water. We can also know that it's the output with with the hammer. There's the hammer. Oh, it is not saying anything. I guess it's just the output. So we can connect a fluid pipe. Not here. But at the side, like that, which will go into this machine over here and power it with water. Let's break this machine. Let's throw out the nickel for now. Let's clean up this area just a tiny little bit because it is a little bit dirty. And now let's get the grounds going for a farm. Now I could create it maybe around here. I don't want to keep it away from the power source because the cables do lose power bit by bit, so that would not be the smartest way. But we will place it, I guess, like that. Like that, yes. So, now what, maybe one block to the back, sort of like this here. Okay, yeah, it's looking a little bit more beautiful now. Now we can also get the water powered in. So the water comes in from pretty much any side that you want to. But if we access it, we can see that we need water. And we can also use bone meal, which we have a lot of bones luckily for. Then we put the dirt and the melon seeds, and it will create us right here, the melon. But if we put a conveyor belt, it will also swing it all over into the chest. And it is nighttime, so I guess I will go to bed, because it is the beautiful sunset yet again. The days are just blasting through. This mod is insane. This is so cool, and I don't think I have enough days to just like power through this mod. If we use the power source from here, now we go to the side. The water is going at the side. Now it's going to the side. And there we go. Beautiful, ain't it? Just like this. Now this baby should be filling up with water. Oh no, I need a lever. So the lever should be at the side of it. So maybe at this side for now. Let's put the lever. Let's hit it. And the water is still not going, but it will at some point, I believe. Oh, we should probably let the water flow in from here. So now the water, yes, now the water is flowing in. That is beautiful. Now it does not matter if we press it on or off, because, let me see, is it full? No, the tanker is still not full. The wires are doing pretty good, but we need a power source from this transistor or another transistor going all the way to the tippy top of this baby right here. Now, don't forget that every 17 blocks or so, we lose about 5% of power. So it would be wise to use a little bit more transistors than necessary. You cannot touch this wire here. Now, I know this. Now, I could work with this transistor and sort of get a energy output going here. And maybe a wire over here. Oh, I am getting shocked. I'm getting zapped. We connect the wire. And let's link it to the very tippy top of this bad boy over here. Okay, come on. I can do this. Oh, come on. I know you can. Let's get a little bit of wood. Let's build up just a tiny little bit. Just as a staircase going. Let's place this bad boy here. And finish with the wire here. Now, let me see. The wire is going through this bucket, so the wire is not working. Yep, the wire, I think it broke. Yep, the wire broke. It cannot go like that. Potion of swiftness for 8 minutes. Let's go, baby. And a potion of regeneration. Let's drink the potion of swiftness right away. Because why not? Potion of regeneration we will keep at hand. Now, we did find a dungeon, which we will loot up a little bit. So I think this, yeah, it only goes down. Oh, better be careful. Oh, and look at that, there are pillagers. Okay, so pillagers are pretty bad. Now it's about time that I do get a little bit of redstone. I came to mine primarily for materials. That includes everything that I might find in these dungeons. So let me get these dungeons out real quick. So redstone, we need quite a bit of redstone. We will be creating a capacitor, but it will be a... Oh, look at that. This is redstone as well. We will be creating a capacitor, but it will be a little bit more serious than the previous one. But for that, we need redstone. And more primarily, a redstone block. How do I get through here? Let's get this redstone block as well. These bad boys have 8 redstone each. This is insane, bro. This is absolutely insane. We have so much redstone, we will never have to look for redstone ever again. This is like a redstone... A golem kit? Bro. Yeah, we will. Yes, we will. Okay, we are seeing that some pillagers are attacking us. Oh, actually, quite a bit of pillagers. Quite a bit of pillagers are attacking us. Let's get this guy. There we go. Voluntary exile. Oh, bro, let me go. Let's get all the redstone we can. Bro, leave me alone. Now, if I was going to build a MV capacitor, which is a little bit better than an LV capacitor, we do need electrum ingots. And finally, this machine, all of these machines are coming in useful. Here we have an electrum ingot. So I guess I'll just take the whole 34 stack. I think we combine iron with silver, I believe, or something, and then we get that. But either way, let me see. I think, okay, I'm gonna spawn in one ender golem, so you can just chill here, bro. And I'm gonna place like a little bit of things that I don't necessarily need at the given moment in the chests. Gonna get my turkey drumstick though, because I do need that. And this way we can create an MV capacitor of high quality grade. So by using electrum ingots, so there we go. This bad boy, he should be pretty good. Now I could place him like at the top somewhere. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get a fence going. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like pretty cool if I use a fence. Too bad I dropped out a literal iron fencing, which would look pretty badass. But you know what? The dungeon is nearby. Yeah, baby, let's go. This is what I'm talking about right here. So this is what we came here for. That is the iron fencing. Now, why do we need it? Literally no reason. I am just making it prettier. That's all I'm doing. Is there any more? Yes, there is. Let's get all of it while we can. Now that we are back at the base, I will place it like this. Let's jump on it. Let's jump around. Hey, jump around. Now we're gonna go pretty high up. Maybe not so. Actually, how high is it? Oh no, it's definitely okay. We're gonna place this bad boy like this. Now we're gonna get a let me see, a vacuum tube. I don't need this in my inventory. It's clogging up my inventory so much. We do need LV. No, we now need. I'm pretty sure need now MV capacitors. Let's take a little bit of terracotta. We don't need much. And let's now create MV wire connectors. So these bad boys will go in like this. Now we just place it back, place this, because we are running pretty low on space. How do I get up there? Okay, I do have blocks. I can just build up there. Oh no, bro. Come on, don't break it. I hope I didn't break it. No, I didn't. Good. Okay, now we put this connector all the way up here, but let me just get my hammer and make sure that this side is the energy. Oh no, yes, this is the energy input, so let's put it like this. Now I could get a wire going already if I would have picked it up. Oh no, there we go. So can I use this wire? You cannot attach this wire here. Okay, I knew that. So we need the MV wire, which is a fancy way for just saying an electrum wire. So we get the electrum ingots, unlike the other ingots, unlike the silver, I believe, or aluminum. I think it was aluminum. Then we get the cutters. Where are the cutters? I both have them right here. So we get the cutters, engineer's hammer, and also the electrum ingots. Then we get the electrum steel plates. We don't need a lot. We're just gonna get 15 because we don't need a lot of it. Now we will get some electrum wire like this, and now we will put this baby back, put the seeds right here, put these babies like this, and I don't think we need a lot, to be honest. And there we go, 4. Now 4 should be enough maybe for now. If I place it, and then I will go, is there a clear direct line? I think there is a clear direct line that we can use here. Let's now use the hammer to make an opening on this direction. So this is an output. There we go. Now we place the MV right here, and we place the wire here. And is it going somewhere? Connection is obstructed. By what? Oh, it's too high. Bro, it's too high. No, no. Actually, I can create a connection at this point. So input. There we go. We place this bad boy here. We get the wire, and now we connect the wire over here. And look at this. Now it's beautiful. Yes, this is definitely an amateur's engineering project. There's gonna be wires everywhere. I can't even get here without getting zapped. Beautiful. Oh, by the way, we don't need the pump no more, so let's turn it off because the tank is filled up with water. Now we can create an output. So right here, we can place an MV connector, get the MV coil, but we also need another connector from the very tippy top. The tippy top we remove, pick it up, and now we remove all of these extra blocks as well. Oh, it's getting dark. Might have to sleep again. We remove these blocks, which are now unnecessary. On this side, we create an opening, which we have already. We get, let me see, did I pick it up? Yes, an MV connector. We place the MV connector at the top. Oh, I think there is one already. Okay, good. That was not MV, that's why it didn't work. So let's try and place it again. Now we get the wire. Oh wait, electrum. That's the wrong wire. We use this wire, we press it, and we press it right there. And boom, beautiful. It is nighttime. I will sleep now, but it is splendid. Splendid. Going amazing. So it's looking like an engineer's dream. Really is. It does look hectic, but as long as it works, I am super happy. We can now remove these blocks over here, and we could perhaps get another farm going to the side, but for now, we will keep it as plain as this here. Now I will get 1 block of dirt. 1 block of dirt, please come right up. We're gonna place it here. This will work as the soil for the melons, because I will be creating melons. And the melon seeds are right here. I will take the melon seeds. And you know what? I probably don't need the shielding totem for now. We're not going to fight any boss, at least right now. We get the melons. And look at this. It's growing. Look at that, guys. The melon is growing in front of my eyes. It's amazing. It is super amazing. This machine is working. It's alive. Okay, so this is the ultimate farm. And it should have stayed in here, but it didn't. Did I pick it up? Did I pick it up? I don't think I did. What happened with it? It's right there. It's growing bigger and bigger. What's wrong with it? Okay, so maybe now it's growing bigger? Either way, we do have growth fertilizer amount 88. I could put some bone meal here and that would increase this process. But there we go. 1 melon. Yes, sir. Now we can place this bad boy pretty much and check it out. There we go. Now I can break it. Melon. Grown through electricity, pumps, transistors, capacitors, and the like. Definitely safe to eat. Made by yours truly, the most ingenious engineer known to ever exist. To create a conveyor belt, I need leather. I do have a little bit of leather, but it is not enough. I will be making a leather masterpiece, so I need way more cows. To the side, we can see mermors, which are fish people. That means there are villages nearby somewhere here. So no, we don't need your meat. Oh no, that's my sword. I need my sword, but I don't need your meat. In fact, I could, but no, I'm a vegan. But am I? No, I'm just working smart with it. So there we go. Got some leather, 3 more leather. But you know what? I could maybe check out their village, their settlement nearby if it's so close. Let's get one more cow. Now, their settlement should be really close. Why is the water red? Either way, I am confused. I am confused why the water is red. But let me see, where is your village, bro? And look at that. There is a little pond that he's chilling in. I thought you'd have a village here, my guy, but you are just chilling here. And there's like a weird place in here. That's so weird. We have a lot of wildlife. Those gooses don't even know that they are beside maybe a witch. Yes, there's the witch hiding behind. That's the witch right there. She is waiting for me to come over, but I will not do that. There is so much wildlife here. I am almost forgetting that I'm in a medieval Minecraft world, and I am the only engineer sent to this place where I can create sorts of everything. But you know what? It's still cool. It's cool. So, by using the leather, iron ingots, and also a redstone dust, we can create 8 conveyor belts. Now, the good thing about these belts is, let me see, I should probably clean out my inventory just a tiny little bit, seeing as I won't need these things, for now at least. I will also maybe not use the cool converter. I will use like a small converter. Wait, it's still growing? 6. Bro, it is still going. Wait, hold up. This will be endless, won't it? IF. Heat? Does that mean it's overheating? Impossible. Impossible. It cannot overheat. If I turn it off, it will no longer work, right? Yes, it's stopped. So the melon is not growing. But if I turn it back on, the melon is growing again. Okay, so let's just keep it growing. If it doesn't break, it doesn't break. So I guess it's good in my book. And the water supply is barely being drained. We can see a little tiny bit of just maybe even a half a pixel on a high resolution display, by the way. So the water is pretty much not being used. It's insignificant to this one farm. But the amount of food it's creating, oh, that is insane. So I will use this plank right here to get inside of this chest right here. And by placing conveyor belts from here, like this and like that, the item should pass into the chest. And there we go. It was that easy. So now let me see. Fertilizer grows 0.37. So for whatever reason, the fertilizer is a little bit stale. Now that does not mean that it's not working. It is still working. It is still powered through. And we can see that the conveyor belt should be at least transporting items. So I could probably place 10 melons. And they are going into the chest. They are going into the chest. So it is cool in a way. There we go. There we go. Oh, and one also dropped from this item over here. So no longer are they going inside of this little storage facility here. With the use of a conveyor belt, they can be transported over into this chest. And this chest is free for me to pick up, place, and eat right away. So let me just get a little bit, because I might be hungry in the long run. And there we go. We have 7 melon slices made by yours truly. But this does make me think that I could maybe expand the farm a little bit and add at least one more farming equipment tool over here that could, oh, look at that, awesome, that could maybe double my throughput of food. Now, I don't really need it, but I think that it would be a little bit on the smarter choice for me to use. And maybe, because I do have so much electricity going, that I could actually afford to make it work. But bro, you know what? Maybe for now, I will focus, as I said, on a railgun. I did say I was going to make a railgun, did I not? Yes, I did. So, HV capacitor. We need aluminum ingot, steel ingot, block of lead. Just lead. I think I have everything. Steel. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of steel. Got plenty of lead, electrum, circuit breaker. Ooh, okay, insulating glass and copper plate. So copper plate, we can get that easily. So let me see, I do have copper somewhere. Ah, there we go, 12. It's right under my nose. It's there all the time, but I just never see it. And insulating glass. So for that we need green dye, glass, and iron grit. So we need basically iron, and we need to grit it out. So let me see that, yes, we used up all of the iron here in the furnace. So I think we need to go mining for a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that we have iron literally at the entrance of this base. Yep, right here. So it's not even gonna take that long for us to get the iron that we need. Oh, by the way, there's so much of it. Okay, we got pretty lucky. I thought we'd get like 1 to 2 blocks here, but no, we've got a lot of blocks. Let's also cover this hole up so we'd never fall in there. Never again. Yep. Now we just need to get the engineer's hammer, which actually goes in here. Engineer's hammer, iron ore, and we have a grit. It is called grit. Then with a green dye, so we do not have green dye, but we can find it, I'm pretty sure, easily. Wisteria, neaves, and mystical mushrooms, green. Okay, so we need something green. Look at this, guys. We found a black bear. It is not attacking us. He is pretty friendly. Bro, you want some cooked turkey legs? You like that? You want a turkey leg, bro? Oh, can I push him? Yes, I can. He is pretty friendly. So black bears are friendly, but don't take my word for it. They might not be in your area. So if I see a black bear, I can tell you straight up what I would do. I would get on my 2 feet and I would run. And I would run for 10 minutes straight. Then I would look back and he would not be there because I'm pretty fast on my feet. And then I would run again for 30 more minutes and I would run away from that area. Oh, look at this, a mushroom. I do remember that we can get mushrooms for the dye. We found 1 mushroom. And I can hear something breathing on my neck, and the sky is red. So that is, oh, one more. Let's go. We got 4. Now okay, so I need to do something with them, and that will give me green dye. Oh, this place is super spooky, because, what is that? Something on fire? Is this tree on... What is on fire, bro? Wisp. That's a wisp. I'm telling you, this place is spooky. It's a fire wisp. Bro, this place is crazy. I do have 3 glass. I'm pretty sure I only need 2 glass blocks. So let's place this bad boy like this. And there we go. Insulated glass. So this will help us craft the circuit backplane. Copper plate. Do I have copper ingots? I think I do. Yes, I do. So let's get just 1 because it does ruin the quality of the hammer when we use it so often. So I think I'll just chill and not use it that often. We can now put the green dye back and we can continue crafting the railgun. Now we can craft the circuit backplane and we craft it using this superb crafting method. So the copper plate, there we go. We can even see it on the screen appear there. That is pretty amazing. I will not lie. It is pretty cool. And we will place, I guess, 2 insulated blocks. And there we go, a circuit backplate. We got it right here. Okay. Now we need an HV capacitor. Now lead block. Okay, so I need to create a block of lead like this. There we go, a block of lead. Oh, and I already have everything in my inventory. So HV capacitor. Now we did use one just now recently to power up our little farm that is still growing. I can see from here that the melon is still going good, and the water supply is it's huge. The water supply is huge. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The water supply is good. So yeah. We now need a wooden grip. That means treated sticks and copper nuggets. So there we go. That's the copper nuggets. And we will actually place pretty much like these things back because our inventory is a little bit clogged up. Just a tiny little bit clogged up. So we don't really need to have it so clogged up. And we also need an electrum coil block, which is the cool electrum. So we need MV coil, and we basically do it with this, and we can also create it with regular sticks. So now we need a lot of, and I mean a lot of electrum plates. Let's create 20 for now. This should be good. Now let's get the plier cutters, or the engineer's cutters. Let's now cut out the little wires, so the whole 20 of them. Then we will do this, and get the... Oh, we don't have the sticks. So I did see already that we need only 5 sticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of like this. That's a little bit too many sticks, but either way we might need more. And there we go, copper wires. So let's put the sticks back. Now we can place the coil as such, and inside of it we place a copper ingot. No, my memory is a little bit fuzzy. An iron ingot. So there we go, electrum coil block, and I'm pretty sure we need 2 of those bad boys. So let's get one more. And what are we missing? We are missing the wooden grip, which we can easily craft by treat stick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we already have none. Okay, so I think we need to do this, 8, and now we get the grip, the wooden grip, and here we go, the railgun. I did say we were gonna get the railgun, and here we go, guys. The Fortune's Legacy achievement. Look at it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Takako came to check out the railgun, bro. I'm not gonna sell you. That's a wandering trader, by the way. I'm not gonna trade him the railgun. The railgun is for me only. Now we need to power up the bad boy because I'm pretty sure it is at a 0. Yep, I cannot shoot with it, but I can get a scope and also reduce charge time with the railgun. Okay, so this scope, I could get a scope because it's like super easy to craft. I do have the stained glass already, so let's just press it, and there we go. Precision scopes allows railgun to zoom in. Bro, now how do we combine these things? Do I just put it at the top, or do I just press on it? You know what? For now, we do have a scope, we do have a railgun. Now I need to find out how to charge this bad boy up. We can never have not enough food. So let me just get this glass block over here, like this, and we can finally craft a charging station. The charging station does require power, as every block requires it to charge the railgun. Now we can place it probably over here, or we could do it there, but you know what? I think we're gonna build it. Yeah, I think we're gonna build it right here. So if I place it like this, no, the power goes from, I think, below. So I need to get a capacitor first of all. So let's get a capacitor. As usual, it's the usual game. You guys know it, I know it. To make things work, we need to get things working. And we need one gold dust. Let's actually put the redstone back. We need 1 LV capacitor. Let's get this bad boy. Get it right here. Let's pretty much put it parallel to this space over here, because we will use a transistor going from that output over here, which if we get an engineer's hammer, we can create an input. Yes, an input. Oh, you know what? We could actually, oh yes, okay. And this will be an output. And the output will go into this charging station. And we can put the railgun inside. Oh, look at that, that's the railgun, but it is not connected yet. So we do need a few transistors. So LV, let me see, this is the input. Yes, it is. Let's put the LV transistor there, and if we can reach it, that's an input, that's an output. So let's place the bad boy right here, And now let's get the LV wire. We will lose a little bit of energy, but it will be worth it. There we go. So is it charging? Not yet. I think I need a lever, and I think I have a little bit of lever somewhere. Let's get the leather going. There we go. Now, I think it's charging actually without it. Oh, yes, it is. Look at that. It's green. Okay, so turns out I don't need the lever. So it's like maybe charged up already. Can I pick it up? Oh, yes, I can. So it is filled up with 8,000 flux energy. Beautiful. And, oh, I'm already shooting it. So when I let go, I can shoot it. Bro, this is amazing. And I can pick it back up. So right now, in the bottom right corner, we can see that it is filled up with these steel rods. But I did create a saw blade because that is interesting. We can switch out ammo with the saw blade. And now if we charge up the weapon, we can shoot with the saw blade. Oh, bro, this is amazing. Okay, so this is sick. But let's not forget that we do have, let me check, we do have a scope. And look at this. This is getting pretty techy. We do have a scope. So if we put the railgun in here, like this, so not a blueprint, but a railgun, which is also at 6.4 thousand. So one shot is roughly a couple, like 800, I believe. I think it's 800, right? 800 energy per shot. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. I think I'm very wrong. But we can get a precision scope, and there we go. So the railgun now has a scope. So let's charge it up, shoot it. But now let's try and shoot it with a scope. So by holding down this click, we can zoom in. Oh, this is so smooth and so sick. Okay, we are zoomed in pretty nicely. So let me see. Are there any targets? Are there any targets that I can try this out with? Yes, we have some sharks. Okay. Seeing as nighttime approached fairly quickly, I think it is about time that we head to bed and then go into the Nether to fight some boss. Well, primarily test out the railgun. It should be pretty sick, and we should get a... Oh, by the way, you know what? While I'm here, I could charge up the railgun. So let's charge it up through the all of the power sources that we created. And let me see. I might need some food for the Nether as well. I only have one cooked turkey leg. I will take with me 2 melons. So 2 melons is all that we're getting. No, you know what? 10. No. Let's get a little bit more melons. This is not enough for us to be sustained in the Nether. Because in the Nether, we will take damage. And as we all know, damage does reduce hunger. So my railgun is probably all charged up, but we will hit the sack before going to the Nether, and we will try and get some major loot drops, because currently I am wearing diamond armor, yes, but I do have a warrior's chestplate, and my first item I ever crafted, my goggles. They only give me 2 armor. That is not good. Not good at all. So let's get the railgun. This is it. This is the bad boy. 8,000 flux energy stored up, and we are pretty much ready to hit the sack. Let's go. Oh, by the way, you know what? Can this actually teleport me through dimensions? Because it would be better if I could maybe find this thing and then just go back home with a teleport. I think that would be like the smarter option. Now, besides some village, we do see the waypoint. So the waystone, I assume that if I... Oh, yes. Okay, so if I place it, I can go back home, which is good. Now, this is the initial spawn. So let me just pick it back up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I am ready to go to the Nether. But what is that? What is that thing? Guys, I am not sure what this thing is, but there is a spawner on it. Now, I can only assume that this is a witch's hut. Well, I'm not sure what this is. Ruin pillager. Oh, we got some diamonds, some bones that we definitely need, string, which is all that we need. Also, some seeds, beetroot seeds. You know what? Beetroot maybe is something I would be interested in farming as well. So I guess I'll take it. We have some cookies, some melon seeds, torches. You know what? Let's get the bones, because you can never not have enough bones, right? Let's also, of course, get the get the redstone, because we do need a redstone and a wolf. By the way, my wolf disappeared. He is no longer, my buddy is no longer with me. So that's unfortunate. I'm not sure where he went, what happened with him, but I think we got his replacement. You know what? Before I head off to the Nether, I do want to see the world just a tiny little bit. So I'm gonna check out this place, because I do see that there is a campfire here. Now we can zoom in and check out that there is no one. Actually, I cannot see anyone. So is this place abandoned? Is there like an oncoming tsunami or like an earthquake or something serious that I am not aware of? Or is this some sort of camp for someone? Either way, it's cozy, but this engineer needs something a little bit spicier. Yeah, there is no electricity. This guy is ancient. He isn't even on my level no more. Just before going into the Nether, guys, I did decide to just for the last piece, last time, so to speak, I will. Oh, come on! I can place it. I can place it like this. Just one final farm. So instead of the input, we need the output. Then we can get the MV wire, the relay. Now we get the coil, and we can connect the coil to this bad boy here. But do I have one more coil capacitor? So let me see. I should have crafted many before, so I should have at least one, right? I don't think I do, so let's get the 2 terracotta, you know, our favorite terracotta, place it like this, get the capacitors going, so we have 8 now. Again, I'm not sure where all of my 8 previous ones went, but I guess it is what it is. Now let's place it at the tippy top of our beautiful container here. Now these things are powered through different connections. Now it doesn't really matter, they will just get the required amount of electricity. So is it not linked? Is it linked? It does say like a message. Oh, there we go, now it's linked. Let's actually measure the voltage. Is it the same? This is the question that we've all want. So 1000 pretty much, and then this one is probably the same, 1000 as well. Let's connect this one to this one, and let's see, does it lose any energy? Why can I not click it? Does it? Oh, I think I need to shift click it. Go up 1 block, shift click this bad boy, shift click this one. It's losing 0.663 voltage over this course, but better wiring and better connections. Maybe it's losing less energy, 0.781. Now check this out. So we use the high grade materials, but it's still losing even more energy because I believe that the coil is a little bit longer from this direction. But either way, it's not a problem. Do I have any more water sources? Oh, let me see. I think I have more tubes. Yes, I do have a fluid pipe over here. So let's actually maybe clear out a little bit of dirt. We're not gonna use the wolf for now. We will keep him for later, but we will use him at some point, I believe. I want to believe we will use him at some point. But either way, let's actually place all of the things that we don't even need in the chest for now. Let's get the fluid pipe, and we should connect the fluid pipe over to this farming equipment. Now, if I just do this, oh yes, the double, it's working. And yes, there we go, the water is filled up. So we can place a beetroot seed, and we're gonna take it from the same place, 1 grass block. And this bad boy should be working. So let me see, it's growing. It's growing. You know what? Can we take a little bit of fertilizer from this machine and place it maybe into this one? Would that work? So beetroot seeds. It's taken its time, but it should be working at least. I mean, it is kind of working. the water supply is still at a very, very high point, so it is good. Now, what is wrong with this thing? Is it not getting the energy? I think it is getting the energy. Oh, there we go. So the watermelon is growing. Maybe the beetroot seeds are just not a viable, not a viable construct that we can create? Or do I have to turn it on as well as this one? Maybe if I do this. Wait, oh no. Are you trying to tell me that I do need another connector to turn it on? So I do have a ladder. No way I have to place it from this side as well, because that would kind of break my immersion just a tiny little bit. So there we go. Is this working now? No. Is it working now? No. I think that we found an anomaly, guys. The beetroot seed, it does not grow. Bam. We found the problem. The beetroot seed does not grow because I am certain, I am ready to bet any amount of things. Any things. I like to bet any things that if I place one seed of melon, that it will start growing without a problem. So I guess we just doubled our melon throughput, which is not bad, might I say, but it's still not super interesting. 0, 0. Guys, I found the culprit. This one is powered up to 16,000 flux, but this one is not getting any electricity. Now, why might that be? Why is that? Why is that so? It's not normal, right? It is not normal. Is it the MV wire coil is too good? Must we go back to the LV and go back in time and just be kind of the not so efficient guys? I mean, I can definitely replace it. It's literally right here in my chest. I have plenty of said materials, but must we really do that? Because it wouldn't make sense why this thing would not want to power it. This face is the energy output, so it does not make sense why it would not connect. Either way, we can just block this off, double check that this is an energy output, opposite side energy input, and this side is energy output. So we will place the kind of the brokey wire, and we will remove this as well, just like that, and it will go onto the conveyor belt. Right in the chest, beautiful. Let's place this kind of transistor here, connect the wires, and let's check the energy levels. 16,000, and now it is growing without a problem. Nope, I will put the beetroot. No, the iron plate, the beetroot seed. The beetroot seed, yes. But okay, so I guess now it's working. Guys, if you know what was my problem, why it did not want to use MV wire coil, why it only wanted to use the LV, you can tell me, but I'm pretty sure it should be working from all transistors. So that does not make sense, does it now? But either way, let's just light up the area, because why not, right? Let's light up the torch with the torches all around the base, like this, and even right here. Okay, we will sleep the night one last time, and we will now head out. Oh, also clean up the base a little bit, just a little bit, because we are not animals. We will clean up after ourselves. But there we go. The beetroot seeds are being brought up, and we have beetroot. Let's go. Now I don't have to kind of destroy the melons and use a axe and just give extra manpower that I don't have. I can just eat the beetroot. If the beetroot would grow, but it's growing slowly, but it is there. We can see it through this side right here. Plus, we don't need this lever here also. And look at this, the beetroot seeds, they will pop out any second. Oh, there we go. I got it. You know what? I'm gonna place it back. I'm gonna be a good man. About it. But let's sleep the night and head into the Nether. Guys, there is a trader's llama in the Nether, but I do not see a trader himself. So what happened here? what happened. Oh, by the way, I can also use my scope to zoom in. Who is he looking at me? Bro, he is... Nope. Oh, no. I don't want to shoot. That would be pretty wasteful. I have 11 shots, but they are retrievable if I miss. And I do also have a saw blade, which is also retrievable. And we can actually try and use it to one-shot some mob. Not the llama, not the piglin. Oh, the ghast. The ghast. Okay, guys, we are gonna attack the ghast with it. Let's see if it's a one-shot. Let's go. Bro, I missed. It's not a cheap shot. Okay, let's... Bro. Okay, he is hiding. He is hiding. You know what? We're not gonna waste ammunition just that easily. Oh, the Nether, Cerberus. The Nether is looking more dangerous than ever. We can see that we found some sort of building, and I think it's from the mod called Cataclysm. And we all know that Cataclysm mod is actually a pretty sick boss mod, so it should maybe be a little bit interesting, so we can definitely check it out. But before that, we do see some chests across this kind of little lava pond. And let's actually check it out, why not? I do have a potion of fire resistance that I found in the chest, but we don't have much else. Oh no. You know what? Let's drink the potion of fire resistance. That's it. We are good, bro. And let's drink up. Let's get this hell spawn. I think he was attacking us either way. Now we got him. But guys, I think he's crying. Bro, this is so weird. This is so weird. Okay. I got rid of him. Why is he... Wait, why is there so many of them now? Oh no, there's too many of them. Bro, there's too many. Too many. I don't wanna use my ammunition on you guys. Oh, even more. Oh, it's the spawner. It's the spawner. Bro. I need to go up. Go up. Remove the spawner. Oh, you missed. Didn't hit him yet. Well, but at what cost? Bro, I don't know at what cost. Okay, you know what? Let's actually just go and get this little Zelda block that we have. We have blood, nuggets, and a maggot. You know what? That's not too good. Let's get out of here. Leave me alone, bro. I don't want to deal with you guys. Oh, there's too many of them. Okay, it seems I do need to deal with them. And I can definitely deal with them easily. Oh, there we go. Just a few more. Oh, regen my health a little bit. So my sword is pretty low on, Okay, these guys need to stop crying, bro. I'm getting freaked out. We have a Soul Reaper and an Ancient Remnant, and I got flung up for whatever reason. Oh, Piglin Remnant. Oh, guys, I'm getting attacked by these things. Okay, where are they coming from? Ancient Remnant. I can see that there is a boss. Oh, he's right there. He's right in front of me. Okay, go back. Okay, I need to load up my railgun. Oh, he shot me. Oh no, my health went down so much. Okay, can I just like reload? Load up the weapon and shoot. Oh, we got him good. He has 450 health. We just need to keep on shooting this guy, I believe. And okay, we did damage him just a little bit more, I guess. Okay, so how much can I actually do with a sword? Oh, the sword is pretty useful, but I need a replacement, and I need it soon. Heal up, eat up. I need to eat up on my hunger. Okay, I could maybe switch my ammunition, my railgun, and shoot this guy from here. So let's zoom in a little bit, but not so much. Let's load up the ray gun, and we will shoot him with. Let me see. We will shoot him with. Bam. With a disc. Okay. The disc. I need to get the disc back. I really hope that the disc kind of bounced off him somewhere, But, oh, look at that. He spawned in his little minions. So maybe it's best bet that we shoot from here. Okay, let's go. Oh, drink up, bro. Drink. Okay. I could get my purple dagger. Okay, purple rapier. Okay, so these guys, come here. I'm gonna attack you real soon. Come real stealth, real quick. There we go. Oh, my health is going down rapidly. These guys are very, very strong. Load up the shot. Oh, no. Oh, did I hit him? I did. Okay, drink up. Bro, this is, he is damaging me from, like, every possible direction. Bro, I need to heal up before I am perished. Okay, charge up. I only have 6 more shots. Boom, got him again. Let's charge up again. Come on, bro, I know you can. Okay, I'm gonna use up the last swing on my heart seeker. Bro, careful. Get this creeper, bro. He has 80 health. Oh, bro. Bro. I need to back off. Run away a little bit. Run away to safety. I do not want to cause him any more trouble. I have 5 steel rod shots, but there is a little catch. I can use iron to create 44 more shots. So, I guess... Okay, so can I hit him from here? Let me see. If I zoom in, charge up, and shoot maybe like this. We got him. Now charge up again, and shoot him. Oh, we are doing some good damage. What if I do it without the scope? So this is like the distance. Oh, and we missed. That's weird. But let's charge it up again. Oh, we hit him, and I think this is the last one. Last one, guys. You know, for the last one, we're gonna come up real close, right to his face. Hey, bro, don't worry about it. Charge up the railgun. Boom. Oh, system reboot, guys. I don't know what, but I was waiting here for like a minute for my game to defreeze. It's too bad that I think I destroyed him over the lava. So I think my things like kind of got destroyed with it. So, well, at least we got 4 ancient debris, netherite scraps, and, yeah, anything more? Mr. Lava-san, he ate all of it. Bro, look at this. That's a piglin thrower. Either way, we still have a few more bosses, I think, in this. Now that I look at it, it's an arena. And I think if we're gonna go up a floor, we're gonna encounter the Soul Reaper. Oh, is the Soul Reaper gonna be even stronger? This is gonna be insane. I can hear something blowing up. This is not good. I think he's gonna be even stronger, bro. Let me see. We have a piglin brute coming. Oh, bro, I am already getting hit. I am already getting hit by something, and it is not looking too good. There is a piglin brute coming at me. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, bro, did I get the piglin at least? No, I did not, bro. Back away a little bit. Oh, this guy is after me. Oh, there we go. That's some good damage. That's some good damage. Now, hit him up close. He is swinging me around. He is literally insanely strong. Bro, why is he so strong? Okay, recharge. Shoot. Oh, did I get him? One hit. There we go. I got him. And let's get the piglin now with the railgun. There we go. We got the piglin. He is on very low health. Let's get him. Let's get him for good. Yeah, you can't jump. Did he dodge every single... Wait, what? What? He's back at full health again. Bro, that's so weird. But you know what, guys? I think my railgun is on pretty low energy. Oh, yeah, 0. Okay, so what I will create is a wavestone. Right here. I'm gonna call it Nether Arena. Yes, Nether Arena. So I could go back to the base and then come back here. I think I can craft a railgun backpack. Now, I'm not sure if it goes against the chest plate, but I can store a lot more energy. Oh, bro, I better move. I can store a lot more energy than this weapon. And we are back at the base. And who are you, might be? Louis. Emeralds, redstone, emeralds, lapis lazuli. We don't need none of that. Let's recharge the railgun. But in the meantime, I can actually, let me see, a backpack. Yes, there we go, a capacitor backpack. We need iron and redstone, and we also need 3 leathers. So 3 levers. There we go. I think that's 4. That's a little too much. And 1 redstone. And with this, we can create the ultimate, you know what? Let's also smelt some ancient debris. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's gonna give us even more upgrades. But let me see. I was crafting a capacitor backpack. Now, I do need the capacitor itself. 3 iron. Wait, did I get leather instead of iron? Am I like... am I okay in the head? Plus also silver. Can I create... No, I cannot create iron rods or any rods, in fact, from silver. That is pretty unfortunate because I could. Ancient scrap. Huh. Ancient scrap. I wonder what I can do with this. An ancient scrap, huh? Maybe I can smelt it. Maybe not. Still, it's interesting. It's interesting. Can I really not smell the ancient scrap? No. I'm actually curious what I can use it for, because maybe it's something good. And look at this, we already have 5 netherite scraps. This is gonna be pretty chill. We can actually upgrade our literally armor right now, or I can even wear more protection, a diamond chest plate. But it is, let's not forget, has a curse of binding. Now you see the capacitor backpack slot back. Now I would really like this, but if I cannot get this, I would be very disappointed. LV wire cutter, there we go. And we also need iron. Hold up, I think I need more iron. With this, we can create a LV capacitor, which is a normal capacitor, and we can also now use the LV wire and hide and such to create a capacitor backpack. It stores 100,000 flux. Bro, this is like amazing, no? I think it is. I think it's super amazing because the weapon only holds 8,000. This holds 100,000. So if I put the backpack in, it should charge up. Let me see if I can whip out my engineer's volmeter. It is charging up, I think. Is it? It kind of is. Yeah, we can see that it's becoming more greener and greener. So let me see. I did take it, I think, a little bit too quickly. 94,000. Put it back up. Energy store. No. I mean, put it back up. Let's charge it to the max. Bro, this is amazing. It really is. It's amazing. What are you smiling about? What's wrong with you? Oh, he's on pretty low health. That's... Oh, I think he walked into the wires. So Lyra must have walked into the electrical wires and got zapped. So, yeah, that's not something you want to do. But let's try and put this on the back. How does it look? The cape is messing it up, but there is a backpack on the back of us. And the railgun is pretty charged up. So I guess it's like pretty cool. Okay. How do I look? Do I look now ready for Nether? Oh, we can see even a wire going to my weapon from my backpack. Okay, I think I'm gonna remove, upgrade. I'm gonna perhaps upgrade my chest piece. Now, I will upgrade my chest piece with netherite scraps, gold, a gold block it seems, and also, let me see. Yeah, we're gonna pretty much do this. By the way, nope, it does not create ammunition for me, which is pretty unfortunate, but let's get, I guess, this and this. I think it's 1. Yep, there we go. Netherite ingot. So all we need is 1 netherite ingot. We will create a diamond chest plate with pretty much all of the diamonds that we have, I think. And now we need to find a smithing table or whatever it's called. Let's place the cobblestone over as such. Oh, I think it's not cobblestone. Wait, black smithing. Wait. Table. I am severely tired, I think, because it is not cobblestone that we use, but wood. How could I have forgotten? Smithing table. There we go. Let's place the bad boy over here. Now let's place the chest plate. Let's place the netherite ingot, and there we go. Before I even put on the chest plate, I am putting on the netherite, upgrading it to the netherite. So there we go. That's the netherite piece. Let's take off the cape. This is how we look with the armor upgrades. Do I look any better? I think I do, and I think my buddy agrees. So let me see. If I shoot, will it power up visually? Okay, I don't think it powered up visually, but we have 38 more shots, and let me see. Did it power up? 8,000, and my backpack has 99,000. Okay, we are never running out of energy with the railgun anymore, guys. It is upgraded to the max. Actually, I can even get more upgrades. An advanced heat sink. We need steel ingots and constant plate. So constant plate. Wait, how do you even get that? Arc furnace. So we get the copper, we get the nickel, and then we get a constant ingot. So arc furnace. Now I could maybe create it if it's not too... Oh, I see. It's one of the initial blocks, but like even more advanced. Okay, so I have a long way to go. But you know what? 38 shots, that might not be enough. Let's get a little bit more. 64 and a stack, even more. Okay, I think now I am pretty much ready to roll. I think. Okay, this is gonna be pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, might I say. Okay, boys. I'm going in hot. Hopefully, I will come back alive. Oh no, wait. I don't need this. I just need to go to the Nether arena. Requirement 3 XP. What? It costs like points? Oh, well, at least we are where it did say we would be, and we are back. Hey there, Piglin. Piglin, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm now in diamond armor. Oh, I am not scared of you. This guy just keeps on respawning. Burning ashes. Don't need it. Let me see. We have a soul reaper at the top. Oh, I did not craft the upgrade. No, I did not, because we did not. We thought that it would not be such a viable, needful upgrade, because the railgun is powerful as is. So let me see. I can't see that there are piglins here that are trying to get a little piece of me. Bro, charge up the rail. Charge it up. Oh, there we go. Got him. And that's one piglin down. What is attacking me? That's a devling. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just run through it. Oh, I think I got rid of the guardian of this floor. There is a creeper. Okay, so I'm not gonna shoot anyone here. I think I am pretty much good on this one. So let me see. Should I go up? Okay, I'm gonna use this ladder and I'm gonna go up, but very carefully, because I can be game-ended here, and that would be like a travesty. No one wants to be game-ended here. Soul Reaper. Oh, that's the Soul Reaper, guys. I think he's shooting something at me. Did we get him? Let's get him one more time. Oh, we did some good damage. One more. Oh, bro. Now we go back. Oh, bro. He is definitely ripping me apart. Bro. I need it. Oh, no, bro. Push me up. Oh, how did I lose so much health instantly? That is not good. That is not good at all. Okay, I know he is somewhere behind me. Oh, he is like shooting fire at me. Okay, am I good? I'm good for now. I'm gonna charge up my railgun, and I'm gonna go ahead and see where he's at. Can I shoot him from here? Let's drop down. I know that he's somewhere here. Somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's walking around. Railgun time. Oh, I missed. Railgun time again. I missed again, bro. I'm gonna shoot his torso. Oh, yeah, we hit him. Good. Let's go. He is getting annihilated. This damage is absolutely insane. I'm shooting blind mode, bro. I'm shooting blind mode. And I need to run away a little bit. Run away. We're gonna run away a little bit. Let's run. Let's recharge. Oh, bro, I'm still getting attacked. Oh, had to use my health potion. Okay, got my health potion. He is on me, bro. He is on me. Okay, time to power up. Run. Drink up. I might have to leave this place. It's very dangerous. What is that thing? Skeletal Scourge Beast? Bro. What is that thing? I cannot let it get too close. Bro. I'm gonna have to. There's 3 of them. 3 of these bad things. That's insane. Why is there so many bosses coming at me? At least they're not that strong. At least they're not as strong as the Soul Reaper. Okay, oh, there we go. I got one. Let's get this guy now. Get this guy. Oh, he is looking beefy and scary at the same time. Let's use the railgun. 99. Boom. Let's go again. 99. Oh, there we go. Heal up. Come on, get in the lava. I know you want to. Just get in the lava. I think he's trying to attack me, but he can't. Let's use the railgun. We hit him from here. Let's hit him again, bro. Good. Now let's use the scope. We're gonna scope in. Railgun shot time. Boom, let's go. 77 health. He is on 77 health. We just need to keep on. Wait. What do you mean? 8,000. Wait. Wait, how did my backpack lose all of its energy? That is not correct. Oh, bro, I am going back. I'm going back to the base. No, sir. I'm going to recharge my backpack, and I'm going to finish this the way I started it. There is no way, and I repeat, no way I'm finishing this in such a bad manner. Okay, Lyra, you enjoyed sleeping on my bed? Now get out. Also, while it is charging, we can check on the food. The food is going along splendidly, might I say. Beetroot seeds. 25. Don't know why we have so many beetroot seeds. It should be giving us beetroot, not beetroot seeds. But still, beetroot, we can eat it, and it is pretty good. There we go. Yep, it's good. Now let's get the backpack. Let's also, while we put on the backpack, quickly charge up the railgun. There we go. The backpack, 100,000. That's 100,000, right? 100,000. How did we use it up so quickly on the railgun? I don't get it. We didn't even shoot it that many times. Oh, and I will actually use the Nether arena. We need to get an XP farm going because this is a little bit too much expenditure, might I say. Okay, so how much did this use? Not a lot. So what's the problem, bro? There we go. Last hit. Oh, okay, last hit for real this time, bro. Let's go. Oh, there we go. We got him. Okay, good. Okay, so we got the Restless Soul achievement. So did this guy drop anything good? I think he did, but it is on fire. There we go. We're gonna drop out this, because we don't really need it. Ancient scrap, I am not sure what we can use it for, but maybe it does have a use case. And there are, ooh, another war plaque. Oh, this guy, he better not blow up beside me, because even my diamond and netherite armor is not saving me from that guy. Okay, let's just go up quietly without falling through the cracks and see if there's any more things that we can destroy or loot up. And yes, so they did destroy the walkway. But here we go. I think we're good. I can see that there is, let me see, an ignited remnant. We can shoot this guy from here. There we go. Headshot. He is coming. Another headshot. Bro, he is too easy, bro. Oh, I need to zoom out. Oh, bro. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can't protect your shields against the railgun. Their railgun power, bro. Their railgun. It's insane. Let me see on the energy levels. 92,000 and 8,000. So how did we use up 100,000 the first time? I don't get it. It does not make sense. It is not how it works. It is not comprehensible. I don't get it. Okay, there are some piglin throwers that we can probably shoot from here. So let's try and aiming it at the head. We missed. Let's try it again. We go hit him once. It's a 2-shot. They don't even know what hit him. Oh. They don't even know what hit him. Wait, he recharged his health? Bro, the railgun accuracy is a little bit lacking. It's a little bit lacking. Now, there should be a chest of goodies. Oh, there is some gold. I could get some gold. Oh, there's gold on every direction, huh? Okay, let me see. 4 health. And still at 4 health. Okay, so the piglins are kind of weird about it. They recharge their health. Hopefully he's not gonna attack me from that distance. Oh, yeah, he did. He did. Or what? What did? Wait, hold up. Why did I take so much fire damage? Feather falling, mending, breaking, knockback. I took so much fire damage from this lava. It's insane. It is criminal. Why did I take so much fire damage? Did you guys see that? That was so weird. Okay, you know what? The piglin. I'm gonna. Don't aggro. I'm not here. Please ignore me. Yes, we made it through. We made it through. We can get to the sides now for the goody loot. I completely forgot that there is a chest underneath, and we probably need to remove the crying obsidian, or oh, bro, he runned up on me. Okay, that's it. Don't come near me. I am armed and I am dangerous. I repeat, or I will not repeat myself. In fact, nope, I will not. Okay, let me see. I did get a diamond axe with me, so I will just break the chest. Faster way of without getting the obsidian, because the obsidian will take a little bit to mine, but this doesn't. Netherite ingot. We also got a chest, nether brick, sand, coal dew, soul eye. I am not sure where we got the soul eye from. Maybe we got it from that place, maybe not. Well, we only have 24 more shots on the rod, but we can create more, I guess, steel. Yes, steel rods, but we will not do that because steel, I'm pretty sure, is a little bit difficult to craft. But it's cool that we got netherite. I can upgrade my diamond leggings with this, so that's pretty cool. Okay, you know what? We're gonna continue our netherite travels with my railgun on the back of my truck. On the back of my bike, we have a railgun, and there is no walkway here, so we will just exit through here. Bro! Oh, I screwed up big time. Oh, wow. Okay, damn, that is insane. And this guy keeps on regenerating his health. That is insane. Oh, wow. Okay, if this was any higher, I could have... Wait, do I not have feather? Feather falling 4. That's right, that's why I'm not looking anywhere. I thought I had feather falling 4, but I still took a lot of damage. So, that just means you gotta be careful all the time, everywhere. We can't see a ghast, but he is too far away for us to do anything about. So let me get this torch back. I don't have a lot of torches, so I should be using it sparingly. Okay, we did come across a trader. Okay, let me see. I do have a little bit of gold. Now I know that you like gold, right? Take the gold. Give me something in return, bro. Item hopper. What is the item hopper for, bro? I thought this was the trading menu. What? I thought this was the trading menu. Wait, what? I remember when I actually a long time ago I used the hopper technique on another trader, and I think I lost all of my gold that time. So that's unfortunate. Either way, we don't need this stuff. Okay, so it seems the trader does not want to trade with us. And it's either that or I just don't really know how to trade with him. Maybe I should be like in a piglet form. Maybe I should be wearing gold armor. Or maybe I should give him appropriate items only. But still, feather falling. Yes, now that's what I call feather falling. Feather falling is pretty sick. Look at this. Diamonds, baby. I know. Awesome. And even more gold. And I am getting attacked by a devil. That's a devil, bro. That's a devil. Okay, get the devil. Get the devil. I am on fire, bro. Get the devil. Ah, there we go. The fire is very potent for whatever reason. And I'm scared of lava, like really scared. Because lava damages me way too much. Oh, there's a sucker on me. There's a sucker on me. We got him, guys. We got him, though. And we do see I think, I am pretty sure this is something interesting. Not a dungeon, but not a castle either. Let me see. Is this what I think it is? Oh, there is... Oh, yes, that is the maze. So this will have a lot of loot. Okay, let's open it up. Oh, this is a dead end. Okay, got it. So we should find another entrance. But before that, we can loot up in the chests on breaking... Baby, you know it. You know it. I'm gonna upgrade my netherite chest. Oh, netherite chest plate. Oh, okay. He's done. Okay, I am still withered. I am withered, though. Yeah, so many things just jumping on my face. It's insane. Okay, you know what? Let's just break through here. I'm pretty sure we will. Yeah. Let's go down. That's it. We are now in the maze. Now we just need to find the chests. This is a dead end. We have a spawner. That is not good. The spawner is not what we were looking for, bro. Giddy Blaze. Get him. Oh, my health. Oh. Okay, it's good that I have a keybind. Oh, blaze rods. Let's go. I can shoot blaze rods, by the way. So let's switch it out. There we go. I can shoot blaze rods, which is pretty neat. Okay, there we go. Over here, I don't know what we have, but I don't see any chests nearby. Oh, there are even more blazes here. Like, way more blazes. Now we need to remove the spawner. Come on, bro, quickly remove the spawner. Did the spawner give us 2 spirit orbs? That's actually pretty cool. I never saw that before. Okay, we can charge up the monstrosity that we have. Let's go. Oh, yes. I just love the railgun. I never knew it'd be so powerful, but it is. Getting place. Let's get this guy. Get this guy. And, cocoon. And let's get this. Oh, even more blaze rods. We are farming them. We are like practically making every shot that we shoot back. So that's pretty cool. There we go. So how many blaze rods was that? Oh, a lot. I am pretty sure a lot. And oh, there is a creeper. Oh no, I cannot attack that creeper. Go through. No. Oh, yes. He didn't go through. So the creeper that you guys just saw, he actually will blow every. Oh, down. Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot him with my railgun. No, I can't. I gotta hit him. Can I hit him with an axe? Yes, I can. Oh, there we go. I am alive and well. Saved, guys. How much energy do I have in my backpack? 78,000. Okay, good. Okay, there is lava. So I guess this is a dead end. And over that wall, there is an enemy. So I guess I'll just exit this place. Oh, damn. This is even more dangerous. Maybe this is even more dangerous. But you know what? We're gonna give it a go. Can we? Yes, we can. There's ground right here. I am saved. Let's go. Oh, yes. There we go. And we are out of here, guys. Because this place gives me the creeps. It's not a place for a man such as myself. Plus, I broke my weapon. I don't even have a weapon no more. So, yeah, that's gonna be pretty difficult. Oh, Crimson Mosquito. Don't even think about it, buddy. I'm gonna shoot you with a railgun. Miss. Can I shoot him just a little bit lower? Will that hit? Yeah, there we go. Splat. Splatter. Salamander, 60 health with a turret on its back. You guys see him? That's the fella right there, and that's the turret on his back. Okay, he is a long distance away from us, so maybe if I do a sneak attack on him. Oh, that's the ghast. Okay, I need to get to the ghast. Let's get to the ghast and shoot him with the railgun. Let's go. Oh, bro, I shot the thing. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I don't think it shoots that far. Oh, no, but the piglins are at me. The piglins are on me. Okay, I'm gonna back off so the ghast won't get me. The piglin, oh, damn. The creepers are here, bro. The creepers that will literally destroy me. I need to back off. I am leaving. I'm leaving, bro. And also the devil spawned in. What is this place? It's like it's trying to game end me literally on the last possible days ever. Bro, I played so much. This is not the time, bro. I played way too much to be game ended like this, bro. No. No. Run. Plus, we do need bone meal. Do you need a bone meal, though? Do you need bone meal? Bro, my health. What is that place? That might be safe haven. Is this good? Is this guy's good? Is this a good place? Because I hear something moving, bro. I hear something moving, and it is creepy. Let's eat up on the beetroot seeds. Now, what is this? What is this place? Now, that's semi-interesting, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Reinforced blaze. It's good that I have blaze rods, well, or silver rods, to get rid of these guys who are super protected. I'm not gonna kill you above the lava. Oh, yes, I got my ammunition back. Let's go. Blaze rods. And blaze armor scrap. It makes me curious. Is this a material that would be cool? There are withers. So, that's, oh, incomplete withers. Ooh. Yeah, they have 2 heads and 30 health. Okay, maybe not that room. Maybe this room, then. Will this room be fine? Does it have chests? It does have a chest. Oh, and it, how many withers are there? How can I get rid of them? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to like build it off. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I know my calling. My calling is to build off the withers. Build them off. Build them off. Okay, quickly. I can probably do this. I'm gonna go here. They're gonna come to this direction. And then I'm gonna run away and I'm gonna build them off. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, yeah, pro gamer move! That's a pro gamer move! Okay, boys, let's go, let's get it. Nether brick! What, bro? Nether brick and beetroot seeds? You serious? That's not what I came here for. I came for, like, something good. Like, something better than this. By the way, is this like a floor trap? Oh, bro. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I cannot get past it. I need to break it. Break this one. Why did I think it would be something other than a complete trap to literally game end you? That is... Why did I think otherwise? Of course, it's a game-ending trap. And yes, there is something attacking me. We have one more chest. We have a splash potion of fire resistance. Now this is something that I need. Did I get the effect? Fire resistance. I did. Good. We have another spawner. Let's go. Let's get the spawner. Oh, bro. What? No. I need... Don't come close. Do not come close. He got me to such low health. Okay, this place is actually a lot more dangerous than I was expecting. And let me see, he did drop coal, which is neato, bones, which I will take. But yes, spooky, scary skeletons. He dropped me a wither skeleton skull. Okay, this place is so dangerous. How would I go about even getting to them chests over there? We have beetroot seeds, even more and more nether brick, which I will take with me. Okay, so we have... Oh, so this is the flame trap. I get it. Okay, we're gonna destroy these blocks, and we're gonna place it like this. Place it even more like this, and destroy these blocks over here. Jump. Destroy these blocks. Now, if I was not on hardcore, I wouldn't be bugging as much as I am, but I am on hardcore. That means I need to play very carefully. Guys, this is like a fire trap. If I go in, it's gonna spin me around, and I'm gonna get fried up with these things. Reinforced blaze rod. Boom! And one more. Oh, yeah, let's go, baby, let's go. Let's go. Okay, now I need to clear out these, like, trap kind of things. Do this. Take this apart. Go up. Wait, is this like a ladder? What is this place even? Wait, oh, that's a chest. Ooh, that's a chest. Okay, cobblestone it is. Cobblestone it is. Let's go. Okay, so, nope, this ain't a chest, but it is something. It is something that I can maybe pick up. What if I... Oh, bro. Oh, blaze rods are attacking me. Go back. Okay. Blaze rods. No, blazes. Blazes are attacking me. Use up. Oh, damn, bro. Damn. Okay. There are 3 of them now. I think that's maybe their spawner. Okay, destroy a few more of them. Oh, missed that one. Got this one. Okay. One more. Ah, there we go. Got him. Okay, so they are definitely coming from somewhere. Oh, maybe from... Oh, even more. I think they're just everywhere here. Okay, there we go. Good. We have 13 more shots. Okay, you know what? They kind of dropped me off guard. Okay, I'm gonna do this quickly then. Let's get it. Let's mine this object. Wait, what do I do with this thing? Can I mine it? Is it mineable? I really don't think it's mineable. Okay, I have no clue what I'm doing here then. And this drops nothing, bro. Okay, that's it. That's it. I need to leave. Okay, so while going back, we have stumbled upon a piglin mansion. Now, I am not sure if they will be friendly, but I will have gold in my hand just in case. So something like this, which will signify to them that I am, in fact, friendly. No, they are not friendly, bro. Bro. I don't want to massacre this whole place, but I guess I will if I have to. I will if I have to, bro. I don't want to, but I will. Mind your manners. Bro, I knew this was a mansion. Oh, that was pretty low. Oh, come on. Let's go. Railgun for the win, baby. Railgun for the win. Let's get this piglet. I am shooting kind of without aiming, because I think it looks cooler. I'm not gonna lie. I think it just looks cooler. Okay, let's get these little slimes. Let's get them with the axe, actually, because the axe does do quite a bit of damage, and they are... Maybe they'll give me a little bit of magma, even. Or not. I don't mind. Either way. Okay, so this is the piglin mansion. Let's load up the railgun. Who's here? Oh, there we go, piglin. Oh, there are so many more piglins, bro. Oh, close the door. They are opening the door by themselves. That is not good. Oh, that's it. I'm good. Oh, you fell. They fell. All of them fell. Okay, this is so amazing. Okay, this is pretty cool. I got 1 magma cream, which is pretty awesome. Oh, and there is a sucker on me. There is a blood sucker on me. Mosquito. Get rid of the mosquito. Guys. I am playing so close with fire, literally at the end of the video. Literally at the very start, you should be like playing around and seeing if you can risk your life for a good amount of loot. But I'm doing this at the very end of the video. War picks. Okay, so we got a spirit orb, we have a lot more spirit orbs back at the base, which will actually give us... Oh, golden carrot. You know what? I'll take the golden carrot. You know what? Maybe we should go back to the base, because at the base, we do have even more, let me see, even more spirit orbs, and we can actually enhance our health. But I think maybe this is it for my expedition in the Nether solo. So that means that's it for this episode with the Nether. It is getting a little bit dangerous, but I just need to run away. Oh, feather, falling boots, please save me. Okay, can I go? No, I cannot. I need to go through the lava somehow. Oh, and I am still getting attacked by beasts. But if I run away from their zone, then they will no longer touch me. Okay, there we go. We finally made it back to the portal, baby. Let's go. This is it. We made it. We made it. And I was gonna get attacked at the very last second. Interesting. Will that thing actually come through the Nether portal? I don't think it will. Okay, let's charge up. Nope, not this. Let's charge up the railgun. Wait, that quick? 8,000. Bro, that quick? Okay, well, let's charge up the backpack then. The backpack won't be as quick. And let me see, I do have a lot of storage, but I think I need a little more chest to, let me see, get a little bit more stuff. Just a little bit more stuff packed in. So let me just get a double chest real quick. Double chest, it's going triple mode. I don't think I can do triple actually. Or can I? I think I will. I will. Why not, right? So let's do a triple chest. Get rid of this obsidian. Let's place all of the blocks over here for now, but I will take back pretty much most of it. This, and that, and this and that, and the saddle, the diamonds, and of course the engineer's hammer, and this time the spirit orbs. Look at this pusher. We even got a pusher. That's pretty cool. Let's get the railgun and the backpack. Let's put on the backpack, and my engineering goggles broke, guys. So you tell me, did I do good? Did I kind of complete the engineering quest? Because my engineering goggles broke. They broke. They broke. They finally broke. It took a very long time, but we finished finally with them. And let's actually also upgrade with the netherite ingot our pants. So let's take off the diamond pants, put them in, put the diamond ingot, netherite leggings. Let's go. That's a full netherite set practically. I could enhance even more gear, but I will not do it for now. And yes, yes, we are literally still farming all of this time. How much do we have? We have 12 beetroot seeds, melons. They're growing nicely, but I think I need to expand it just a little bit more. But either way, it's still pretty cool. And this is actually the first video ever I recorded without actually having like a real base, because I didn't know how like expansive the base would have to be, because you see the wires, they cannot go through objects. So it would have been not smart to build a base and then like build all of this equipment. This is my kind of electric grid. It connects everything and everyone. And yes, the sun is setting, so I think it's about time for me to hit the sack and sleep my last night. My last night. Night number 100, which will lead us into day number 100, guys. This is it. It's all come to this final night. And that's it, guys. That's it. Day 100. Guys, this is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's been me, as always, Fizz. And if you want to see a part 2, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. And I will maybe even record it with my friend. Yeah, it's going to be a duo survival or even a 5-man survival. It all depends on how well this video will be received by you guys if you want to see a part 2. But let me tell you something. You see this? You see this around me? I really want to make a part 2, so please don't let me down. Hype me up, because I hype up my friends even, because imagine what we can build. We can terraform this whole world. This power grid, I was learning the mod practically. I was just learning. It's the start. It's the start of a new age, of an engineering age. We can create something huge here, guys. So please help me out, and I will try my best to produce a part 2 200 days with absolute best possibilities that I can, best crafts, best builds, and it's gonna be absolutely insane. But right now we have insane progress already. Everything is connected, everything is working, powered up through the one, the only beautiful triple watermill. Either way, it's just so sick. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. I'm gonna shut up now, and I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, guys, bye-bye.